You don't have to change your faith or abandon your faith or your deeply held beliefs to agree. The government should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
That is interesting. I don't remember reading that in the Bible or hearing that in church. Maybe I'm wrong, though. You know, let's ask somebody who would know better than me. David Limbaugh, author of a book you might enjoy a lot and might be really good for all of us to read. I have read it myself. The Resurrected Jesus, the Church in the New Testament. David, before we get to the book, let's get to this. These communists are always doing this, and I've seen so many in America on the right fall for this, have their values used against them. The second you stand against these people in anything, it's always, what would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't want that. Jesus wanted the border open. Jesus would want you to kill all your babies. Forget about them. They suck. Us, why are we so susceptible to this?
I don't know. I think a lot of people on our side are naive, and they don't realize how sinister the left is. We've been talking about this for years. Rush talked about it. I think one of the greatest threats to America's existence and one of the toughest things about us surviving is the right waking up. We know the left is evil. They're operating under evil machinations, and we conservatives have got to realize the gravity of the evil. Trump would have never come to the fore if it weren't for the outrageousness and extremism of the left. Too many people on our side want to compromise and get along. You can't compromise with evil. You can't compromise with people who are glorifying in celebration the murder of babies, or the mutilation of children, or the disintegration of moral and intellectual values, and the disintegration of law and order in our cities. How do you compromise with that? Every time we compromise, we move the football further to the left. We need to stand for what we believe in for a change.
You talk about how we always move to the left. Well, we've always moved to the left, David. I'm 41 years old. We've moved to the left my whole life. And I know your brother dedicated his life, and you've dedicated so much of your life to stopping that, to finally shifting that Overton window back to the right. But let's be honest, we've never pulled it off. It only moves left. Is it possible to move right? If Rush and you can't do it, who can?
I really do get discouraged sometimes, but that's when you have to rely on God and get back to your spiritual roots, because I ultimately am optimistic, because I think the further the left reveals itself out in the open, the more extreme they get, the more blowback they're going to get. And I disagree with these people who say the left, the Democrats are gaining on us in the polls, we're going to actually lose. This is more propaganda. The only way they'll come close to saving the Senate and the House is if they cheat. Now, we know they're going to cheat. The question is, can we stop them? But there's no way in a fair vote they even come close in either house, in my opinion.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.